Alright guys, welcome to another video. This video we're going to talk about alert dialog boxes within Android. So we'll create a screen that we create a button, and within the button you'll be able to click the button and then some type of dialog will come up. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, let me find my Android screen. And so let's get rid of this project and start a new project. So new project. Actually, let me close that project. Close project. And a new project. This one will be my alert boxes. Alert view. I'll say alert view is fine. Yes, use Jelly Bean, activity, yeah, just that right there is fine. Alright, so I'm going to try to minimize the screen a little bit so that we can fit it all in here somehow. Maybe. Alright, so here we go. So we are going to have to run it the first time so that we can at least play with it. Alright, so here we go. We have the screen. I'm going to increase the size of it a little bit. Move this over a little bit. There we go. Have a bigger screen. First thing that we do, let's get rid of Hello World. We're going to use a button. In this case, throw a button down here, and we're just going to build our constraints. Oops, like we've been doing forever. Constraint there. All right, so I'm going to call it button ID. Perfect. Alrighty, and we'll have to give it some type of name. So I'll call new resource, new button. I'll put it show button. I don't know, and I'll call it show alert. Hit OK. There we go. Now let's go into the code aspect of it. So go into app, Java, main activity. Perfect. Ready? Let's see what we have to do here. Alright, so first thing is first, declare our variables. So we have private, if I can spell right, private alert dialog, and automatically added that as you see there. And we have alert dialog dot builder, and we're going to call it alert dialog. Okay, and then we're going to do private button. So we have our button. We'll call show dialog, and then we need to have that button in there. So it's import android.widget.button. Perfect. All right. So now let's build our show dialog area. So we'll do show dialog. I want to show you something. I noticed right here when I'm doing show dialog. So as you notice here where the things are crossed out, what that means is in this version that we're using Jelly Bean, that has been taken out. So it's been decommissioned to be able to use this by passing an integer or a bundle or argument, where anytime that something's wiped out in a new framework, it'll have this in here. All right, so it's showing us that we can't use that if we wanted to. So we'll say equals button. So we're doing what we did before. We're going to link up that button. So we're going to do find view by ID. So we're going to use our resource.id and whatever we called the button, and I think we called it button ID. So in this case, it would be button ID. All right, so call it like that. Then we want to do the on click listener. So we'll do show dialog dot set on click listener, and we'll do new view dot on click listener, and we're going to do an override down here. Override, and I'm going to put that down there for now. And here I'm gonna indent that override in, and I'm going to do a public void like we did in the last video. Unclick, I spell right, and view. So we're gonna pass in a view, whatever that view is, and start our code right here. All right, let's see, I'm missing something. This all looks bad. All right, and the reason is I'm missing my start right here. And this is gonna be a little tricky here because we're gonna need this here. It's gonna need to have another, oops. No, not like that. Like that. So we need to have this guy is linked to that guy, and then this guy is linked to this guy, and so forth. All right, so first thing we're going to do is display, comment, display the dialog. So how will we do that? We'll call it alert dialog, because that's what we called it, equals new alert dialog builder, and then we'll pass it in our main activity. Well, you can pass in whatever you call this. So this is called main activity. It might be called something else, so you have to pass in that activity. This means this current. This means current state. And now we need to. I don't know why this is all weird. Like my indentation of everything is so jacked up here. So let's see if this fixes it. All right, it does. All right. So now we need to set a title. So how we do that is use alert dialog equals, I got that wrong. Alert dialog dot set title, and then we need to get a resource like we've been doing. So get resources dot get string r dot string dot title. Now here's the thing, we don't have that yet. So what we need to do is go to here, go to values, go to string, and then we need to program that. So we come in here and type string name equals title, I think that's what we called it, and then we give it a value, and then we'll call it what can we call this alert? New messages received. So make sure I call it title. Yep. So now I gave it a value right here. I add the resource there. So now it recognizes it. Perfect. Now let's see here. We need to set a message. So let's say set message, and we do alert dialog dot set message. You know what? I'm gonna change that to title in a second. Let me go back to that. So title, instead of calling new messages received, let's just call it alerts, notifications. That's better. All right, so go back to that. So all right, so we're going back to set message. I started thinking about what I was doing here. It's like that doesn't make sense. All right, so we'll get our resources dot get string, and we'll do r dot string dot message. And so how do we get the message? We go over to strings, same thing, string name equals message, and then we give it a value, and maybe the messages is called messages. We'll call it something else. What's the message? Receive new messages for now. All right, so we have that. Now we need to set a cancel. And so it's alert dialog dot set cancelable. So is it cancelable, true or false? Put false for now. So hopefully I'm not going too quick on this. And a lot of this is stuff that we've already talked about. So it's not nothing new that we discussed.